Transplant.
Hello, transplant.
Transplant, good morning.
Transplant.
Hello, transplant.
Transplant. Yeah, sure.
When you're looking for a digger or something even bigger, like a 7-ton crane or a tunnel cleaning train or a big turntable to enable you to cable or a wagon full of stone, just get on the telephone. Transplant. If you're working on the jack. Transplant. We'll bring stuff there or we'll bring it back. Transplant. All you need to do is call. Transplant will organize it all. If you need a generator or something even greater, if you're ever in a pinch when you're working with the winch, it's a cinch when you know to use the Transplant Pro. So no matter what the task, all you gotta do is ask. Transplant. If you're working on the jack. Transplant. We'll bring stuff there or we'll bring it back. Transplant. All you need to do is call. Transplant will organize it all.
Every night across London Underground system, there'll be a wide variety of track renewal and infrastructure maintenance jobs underway. Every one of them different. Different locations, different contractors, different materials, different plant. They'd all have one thing in common, the nightly 4-hour window. Just 4 hours available to carry out any track work and restore it to the line, ready for the first train in the morning. Any time spent waiting for equipment or materials is time wasted. That's why they need someone they can trust to get it there. They need Transplant. Most nights we'll deliver a dozen or more train formations to site, and at the weekends, if a section of the railway is closed, we'll be sending out over 40 trains. If an emergency arises, a last-minute hitch or a late change, we'll cope. We're dedicated to keeping the deliveries running efficiently and on time, every time. We've 200 staff and depots at Ruislip, at Neasden and at Lilliebridge. We own most of the specialist equipment you'll need to work on the railway, and we can get it for you. And we can even store your specialist plant and deliver it to site when you need it. Train formation assembly takes place all day. Wagon by wagon, your materials and plant are gathered together in the correct order for you to work. Transplant know every inch of the railway, every bridge and every restricted access. This is one of our 4 elk wagons, and it's needed to deliver short rails to site tonight. Equipment maintenance is high priority in this business. If we send it to a job, we know it will be in prime working order, but still do a check just before it goes out. If you were lifting or laying rails in the deep level tube, instead of this elk, you'd need our short winch end loading unit for the job. Here's one of our 6 turntable wagons being loaded with cable for tonight's work. But we'd also use it to deliver fibre optic or telephone cables. The 7.5-ton crane helps to load the formation before it goes out to site. We can provide a crane supervisor as well as the skilled operator if it'll help. 2 wagons of short rails and the twin-jib track relaying machine for this job. And again, just to make sure, a test before the loco pulls it away. The TRM will also remove 60-foot track panels from site without the need to break them down. Now we're talking about delivering long rails, 19 meters long. Made on site in the adjacent workshop, they're loaded at Ruislip onto the long railer with an ease that makes them look like lengths of spaghetti. The long railer also makes light work of laying each 5-ton length. A quick test of the cement mixer before loading up the mix and match wagons. This is a 2-wagon customised formation, which will take enough sand, ballast and cement for a night's work. They'll need the water wagon as well, so just to check that that's full. The Unimog shunter needs not much more than a change of gear to go from rail to road. And on the back a compressor and generator pack for on-site power. This Atlas roll loader is working for its living before taking its place in the formation to go to site. Oh yes, the trench dig is also needed on this job. Doing anything on the track and you'll need ballast. Ballast by the quarryful. Most of it is graded granite. Some comes in by lorry. The rest is brought in by BR, who hand it over to Transplant at Ruislip. Those BR hoppers are just a bit heavy for one loco, so it takes 2 to pull them into the depot where unloading starts. This is a twice-weekly delivery. Transplant will probably deliver this stone mountain and a similar quantity of sand to sites around London over this weekend. On their way out, BR take the Underground's used and dirty ballast for cleaning and regrading. You see, Transplant aren't just here to help you start the job. Once we've delivered materials to you, we'll fill the empty wagons with your spoil to help you clear the site and bring back anything you no longer need. Following, of course, with care, all the relevant waste management legislation. We're pretty proud of how green we are. You name it, we recycle it. Used cable is sold for its copper or lead content, and old rails are reclaimed to improve the depot, or sold off for scrap. The same goes for old wooden sleepers. They'll provide an all-weather surface in the handling areas, or go for resale. Recycling isn't only good for the environment, it helps to keep the costs down and helps the business to operate on a tighter, leaner budget, which means better value for your money. Meanwhile, the loading goes on. New Jarrah wood sleepers, they'll last for 80 years. Concrete sleepers, whacker plates, drainage pipes, generators, and we can supply many more small items at plant from track team's large stocks. Not forgetting points and crossings, which are made in the track team workshops, tailored to site, and then carefully delivered. And when your team are working in the wet and cold, we can also supply a bit of comfort and relief.
Water cabins, escalators, drainage pipes, insulators, long rails, short rails, anything your job entails. Whacker plates, spoil skips, rail pads, paddle clips, sand balance, cable wheels, plunger consonators, steel, Unimog, rollers,
Locals. What's the L?
Transplant.
If you're working on the track. Transplant. We'll bring stuff there or we'll bring it back. Transplant. All you need to do is call. Transplant.